Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you. It is a Monday, Monday the 29th of April, and we had a good start to the week. Today was very much a sideways session on NQ, which I'm not surprised with some of the news we have coming out later this week. But we ended up with a small losing day, basically down 212 on the day. Two of the accounts, we reached our profit goal. Account 30, the goal today was 328. We ended up with 345. Account 38, the goal today was 221. We ended up at 256. And then account 39, we only needed 152 and we had an $800 loss. So case in point though, something I want to point out, last week I had a $700 and some loss on account 38 and my daily profit goal is still only at 221. So the good news is when you have accounts that have a lot of trading days left to reach the next payout cycle, you can absorb a loss like that and it really doesn't change a whole lot on daily profit goals. So that is a good thing and kind of a consolation. Now again, it's not something I'd want to do on a regular basis is to have that kind of a loss, but I just got caught in a couple bad trades. Overall, I'm really quite happy with how today went. And just to be clear, accounts 38 and 39 were not eligible for this upcoming pay period with Apex anyway because I didn't have enough trading days on those accounts. So. But yeah, good start there. I want to dive into TradeZella before I look at the charts too much. So here's the month of April thus far. And again, it is a small red day, but it is the smallest red day of the month. Followed up with Friday, we had the second smallest red day of the month. So I feel like I'm definitely moving in the right direction. Obviously, if you've been following along, April has been a kind of a horrendous month for me. And again, last week, if we had not blown those PA accounts on Monday and Thursday, we would have had a pretty solid week. Over the weekend, I was studying this a little bit. My average win rate has been around 60%. This month, it's been lower. However, if you look at a 60% win rate and you look at my average trade, my average winner is 86, my average loser is 157. So if the win rate is only going to be in the 60 percentile, then the average win-loss needs to change. The average win needs to be bigger than the average loss to make up for the 40% trade losses. Does that make sense? Hope that makes some sense. So let's look at today. That's one of my targets for my goals for today was to hold my winners longer and try to improve that score. And we did. The win rate today was only 50%. However, look at this, 129 was my average winner, 141 my average loser. Now granted, we did have a losing day, but I'm happy with that. That's progress, and that's something I really want to focus on for going into May here is to try to improve this ratio. I'd like to have this win-loss be more like maybe a $200 average winner and a $100 average loser or something along those lines where that average win is larger than the average loss. I believe for my trading style and how I trade and because of the win rate where I'm usually at, I believe that's going to be important. Let's look at this year to date. So yeah, year to date my win rate is 61%, so around 60%. But yeah, $76 winner, $152 loser. And that's just not a recipe for consistent success. So that is one of my major goals for this next month here in May is to try to really improve this score. And I'll be trying to take a look at that, or this average win-loss. I'm going to take a look at that on pretty much a daily basis if I can remember that. So anyway, hope that makes sense. And it may be something to help you if you're journaling your trades and you look at your win rate. If this win rate is, less than 80-90%, you certainly need to have this this average winner, be higher than the average loser, or you're going to end up kind of where I'm at for the year to date here at a net loss. Looking into today, I didn't change really anything on how I traded. The only thing I did change is I reduced my stop loss. I have vacillated between this quite a bit. I didn't reduce it much, but I did reduce my average stop loss a little bit. So my point there is I'm either going to get into a winning trade or I'm going to just get out and look for a better entry. And I believe it definitely worked for me today. Looking at account 30, this account we had up and down all over the place today. I really struggled to get this account. I think I was down like maybe 200 to 300 at one point today. It wasn't terrible. but we finally got it up into profits. But again, this green line represents Friday's high of day, and that seemed to kind of be an area we traded in pretty much all day, and we never really rejected off of that level. We never really used it as support and went higher. So today was just one of those, like I said, it's a sideways day on NQ, but we did take advantage of a couple of good trades, a couple bad trades. Again, the bad trades on this account weren't too bad. I think right here at the end of the day, I had a $300 winner, which really brought that account back, so that was a key thing. Looking at ES, I did take some trades on ES with several of the accounts. The one I have highlighted here is account 39. Had a loser here in the morning. We had this move really took me for a loop. I was not ready for this move. And anyway, I just figured this would finally continue. We ended up with a loss there. And then the bigger thing here, we had this big squeeze, or not squeeze, but this big move down around 1:30 in the afternoon, or maybe that was 2:30 in the afternoon. Then right around 3 o'clock, we had this massive sell-off. I'm not sure if some of the earnings came out around 3 o'clock, but in any case, we had this massive move down. I caught part of it here at the bottom, a couple $100 winner, and then a loser over here, and then another loser over here, and this is account 39. This is the account that we suffered the big loss on. So I just couldn't seem to get that right, and I also had a couple bad trades on oil with that account as well. Moving to oil, I did have some nice winning trades with account 38, so I wanted to show that. This morning I thought this 83.72 area was going to reject because it seemed like it had been that was a key level over last week, and I held this trade for quite a long time. I was in with 2 contracts, held it for about 30 minutes, and ended up with a loser on both accounts there, and then again had another loser here. After we had this pullback, I thought, okay, we're having a pullback, and then we're going to go long, and I should have taken profit here, and I didn't, and ended up with a stopping out for a loss of 140. However, I then corrected myself as I watched this move come down. I'm like, all right, this is definitely a rejection. Entered here and had a nice $300 winner on this move downward. So, and we rejected, we bounced right off this 83 level very nicely. That came into play later in the day. This 83 level has been a big level on oil, but that came into play later in the day. I actually thought this was going to hold again, but it did not, and thankfully I had my stop pretty tight. I was like, either I'm going to be correct and we're going to go long, or I'm going to stop out really quickly for a small loss. So we did a $100 loser there. Then I had a couple small winners here to kind of round out the day on that account. So actually here was the best trade of the day on account 38. We had a $300 winner as we once again rejected this 83 level here later in the afternoon. So pretty happy with execution on oil today and just on the accounts in general. So again, just need to continue one step at a time here. And the good news is account 30, we're up to 1,700 in profit there, so we're about 900 away from payout. I think this is the 3rd time that I've had this account up to this $1,700 to $1,900 level, so hopefully I can continue and take this thing to a payout next week. That is the only account that is going to be eligible. The other 2 have not been traded long enough. And then take profit, I had a couple small wins there, 500 on the one account and 195 on the others. Those are evals, but both of those are nearly $1,000 in profit. So definitely on the way to getting those passed, which I would like to do. I did lose a couple of Apex evals. I am for some reason completely cursed when it comes to Apex evals right now. And maybe I'm just trying too hard because of this one-day pass, but yeah, I was sure that I could at least get a couple across the finish line today, and I probably, no, I shouldn't even say probably, I did overtrade, but I was pretty aggressive because I wanted to try to take advantage of this one-day pass. So it is what it is. We'll have to try again tomorrow. So and on that note, tomorrow is the last day of the 80% off and the one-day pass, so please take advantage of that if you need to. If you need to load up on some evals here last minute, by end of day tomorrow, I believe at 5 o'clock. Yep, 5 o'clock, that promo goes away. I don't know what Apex is going to be coming out with next. I would assume a 71% sale, but I don't know that. So in any case, take advantage of that if you need to. Again, the take profit code BCT gets you that 40% off lifetime discount with no activation fee. Very nice deal with take profit. Again, my code BCT always gets you the best deal with take profit. And again, with Apex, my code BBLSTBTS always gets you the best deal with Apex. And again, before I forget, thank you. Really, really appreciate you guys using my code. I certainly do appreciate that. It helps me out, helps the channel out, and that is a good thing. So if you're new here, feel free to like and subscribe. I try to do these update videos every day, taking you along on my journey, and hopefully you get some value out of it. So have a great night. Trade well tomorrow. We'll try to have a better green day tomorrow. Let's put it that way. All right, so long.